Hello everybody, today is 24th of November. I know, I was absent for like 2 days and I haven't posted a video. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I haven't posted a thing in Instagram for the last 2 days. And the reason was I was completely involved in learning CSS, and by CSS I mean advanced CSS. So I learned all the techniques and tools and properties that one needs to know if he wants to build a modern website. And really, it was really intense. It was intense. It was exciting, and I'm actually excited. I'm actually excited to see how I'm going to design the two projects that I'm already working on. So one is the quiz project. So the UI of the quiz project is remaining, and also another one is the Game of Thrones. And actually, I have worked on the Game of Thrones UI, and it looks good. So I'll not just boast myself. It looks really good, and let me tell you, this is not my own design. This is a design I learned from a Udemy course, and I know how to implement that, and that's what I implemented. So I know how to implement that in code, and it was amazing. And all right, so last 2 days I only learned CSS, advanced CSS, like transition property, animation property, clip, and making your own grid. I was too much dependent on Bootstrap, and but now I can make my own grid style, so that's good. And I also learned SASS. Now that's a new thing. I learned SASS. I wasn't planning about that, but then the CSS became so long, right? It became so long that I needed to learn SASS, and the course is awesome. Whatever I took, it was awesome. And I also learned how to structure your code, how to divide your code into different components, different layouts in SASS. So basically, in the back end, in the front end, everywhere the code is being divided. Earlier, when I was a rookie programmer, well, now also I think I'm a rookie programmer, but anyways, earlier when I was new to this programming thing, I used to write everything in a single file, and I used to name my variables so small, like A, B, C, and I used to think that I'm saving time and space, but actually, I may be saving time and space, but actually I was making things worse, because next time when you come and you try to debug, or you try to understand what the code does, it's hell. So now everything what I am learning it's like breaking things apart. Like, no matter if your file has just 4 lines of code, but if it is a different component, then it has to be different. Now that's a very great style of dividing your code. Actually, that gives really great flexibility of maintaining and adding new features to your code instantly. You don't have to just scroll down and search where is that thing, and make sure that you edit everywhere so that it works. You just divide it in components, no matter if it's CSS, no matter if it's a Express server, or no matter if it is simply your Angular framework or whatever. So everywhere the code is being broken down into components, and there are many rules of breaking, like some breakdowns depending on the types of file. Like all the component will go in one file, all the directives will go in another file. I'm talking about Angular, but some prefer to divide it in components. Like if it is a component, like book is a component in my Game of Thrones application, and then your characters is a component, and then your houses is a component. So I like to divide things into component. Like everything which is related to books will go in one folder. Maybe it's book directive, it's book view, it's book a controller, or whatever. So it should go in one folder. everything which is related to houses will go in one folder, no matter if it is directive or if it is a controller or if it is a view, HTML, whatever. So that is a really good thing, because if you find any problem, or if you want to implement a new thing, or if you just want to understand your code, it is really easy. Like whatever I need from books, it's there in a single folder. I don't have to open the controllers folder, the views folder, the CSS folder, just to get the books content out of it, right? And so it depends like how you like to break it down. And the next thing that I learned today is MySQL. So today I did two things. I designed my Game of Thrones header page, and I also learned MySQL. So in MySQL I learned like a little bit advanced thing, like relationships, and in relationships there are many relationships: one to many, many to one, many to many, but today I just focused on one to many. And I also learned about the primary keys, the foreign keys, and how do you store it, right? And it was cool. Like in the last 2 days it was intense 30 hours of CSS, man. Like, yeah, I also learned about SCSS. Now that's just a syntax difference, but anyways, that's something, right? I mean, some prefer to write the SAS code in just SAS format, and some prefer to write it in SCSS format. I like SCSS format because that is more like CSS, but the SAS format is like, indentation, white space. I think everything is important there, so I hate that. And that was so that's it. And right now I'm going to like design my quiz application front page. Like, I'll not say confident, but I'll say I'm excited to see like the knowledge which I know now, that the things which I know now, like this animation, like this transform, translate, I didn't know before, right? So I used to just look at these cool websites and used to think like, how do they do it? Like, it's impossible. Like the navigation that they make is so cool, and the effects that they make, it's like, like they're using a sort of software and they're just clicking some buttons and it's happening, right? But now I know that how they do it, and I am able to do that. I am able to code that thing, so I'm really proud and I'm excited. All right, so I'll just stop my whatever I'm doing here. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. So 8 minutes of talk. All right, goodbye.